If you own a shipping container and you don't like the way it looks, we have here a new system that allows you to wood stud the exterior of a container and finish it to match your home perfectly. These things are amazing. They install in the bottom channel and the top tubing of the container and don't poke a single hole in your envelope. You want to see how they work? Stay tuned. Hope you learned something. We are back. William took down the first crack at this and started all over.
Oh yeah. Oh, you want me to look? Maybe. I don't see this going.
I see the bottom plate here. We moved it upwards so we don't have it just sitting perfectly flush with the underside of the corner castings. Now, I think a good place for this would be the top of this bottom plate be flush with the top of the C-channel, and that is going to give you that 1.5 inch where your fork pockets are now still usable, so we'll be able to lift this thing around. I see they're a little lower than I'd like them to be, but whatever, it's a prototype, we're just playing around. But yeah, it looks better, and now the guys do have the studs running across the ceiling as well. But I do want to jump to the back side of this container and show you how that all worked out, because containers are slightly different. There's two different styles of containers, and that will vary which brackets you're going to need if you're going to do the three sides of this thing. So let's check it out. A few things I want to show you guys when we get to the back of the container here is we have our bottom brackets, and then the top ones up there. These were able to work with slight modification because this container here, you don't see one-time use containers this style too much anymore, where it has the 60mm tubing up at the top, but these are ones that we order direct from factory, and I like that style over what I want to show you is, I call it the angle iron style, or it's a piece of sheet metal that's folded, but it is hollow, or sorry, it's just a single layer. It's not a hollow section, and if you were to bolt something to this, you're going to see the hardware on the other side. In this instance, you're going to have to use the bottom brackets on the bottom and the top, and whether you just through bolted a nut, use a nut on the end or something. It might have not been a bad idea over here as well as on the end walls. Just use the base brackets, top and bottom, and then just connect to your lumber traditionally with fasteners. Another final thing before we jump back to the other side I want to show you is we haven't done anything with the corner yet. And so here, because there's no top plate running across, we now cannot get anything to fasten our sheeting to. And so whether you fasten to itself with 3/4 inch or something, but if you're going to be 1x4 strapping or tin sheeting this, who knows? So I think there's some things we need to look at around the corners. I think it's all drafted in the model, but didn't get communicated to the guys outside. So let's jump to the other side here and just finish up this tour. Coming back to the sidewall here, I think up top there should have been a top plate. I see that there's about 1.5 inches that we could have cut off the column ceiling studs or roof studs off either side. So if we would have made those 3 inches shorter, we could have probably ran a vertical top plate, and that would have gave us a nice border, and then we could have run that all the way to the back of the end wall basically and connected the end wall to the side walls. That'll just help for sheeting or strapping or whatever, depending on what we're going to do here. So this was just a first crack at it. We literally just did this only so that we could look at it and see what we want to do next. We do see we could run overhangs. We could run a single slope with an overhang. We could potentially even upsize that dimensional lumber up there and go to a 2x10 or something. And whether we lifted her and spanned another 12 feet, maybe add 2 of these containers and put them together, you could build yourself a little garage or a pontoon boat storage or something on your acreage if you already have a couple cans. So there's a lot of opportunity with these brackets. There's a lot of really cool things that we feel we could do with them. Basically, we're throwing this out there for you guys. We need your guys' help. We don't know what to do, what you guys want to see with them. It kind of stresses me out even looking at it, because I know there's a whole new way of doing windows, a whole new way of doing doors, potentially utilizing a batten style insulation. So there's a lot for us to learn here, a lot of science, a lot of discovery. But please help us out down in the comments below. Let us know what you'd like to see. Let us know some good ideas. we'll take those into account. You're allowed to make fun of us for our carpentry. It's one thing that down in the comments you can make fun of me. I will not care. It won't bother me one bit because we don't use wood. We're not pros with that around here. But all in all, it's a quick sneak peek of this new product. We're really excited to do it. It's going to be a lot of work. So please, if you found this helpful, help us out. Give the video a like. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe to our channel and ring that bell for notifications. And as always, check us out at tcg.ca. Hope you learned something.